Yes, good morning, students. Am I audible clearly? Okay, thank you. So in a previous lecture, we completed the topic adaptations, the morphological, physiological, and behavioral adaptations of the organisms, plants, and animals. We have covered up that particular topic. We move to the next one, study of population. In ecology, what we are going to talk about is the study of population. You are aware about the term ecosystem. You are also aware about the term biome. Today we are going to learn about population. Population is basically a group of individuals, members of a same species, which are living in a particular geographical area, sharing this habitat. The resources that are available in that habitat, they are sharing them, and they have a power of interbreeding. Naturally, if they are the members of a same species, they should be having a power of interbreeding, reproduction. That group is called as population. That group is called as population. I repeat, group of individuals belonging to the same species. Wait a minute. Madam, so many students are in a waiting position. Give them entry. So I was talking about a definition of a population. It's a group of individuals or members of a particular species, of a given species. They all should belong to the same species. Second, living in a given geographical area. I mean, they live in a particular same habitat. Sharing or competing for the resources, same resources for which they are competing, they are sharing these resources with each other. Capable of interbreeding, potential interbreeding capacity they have. They are members of a same species, they can interbreed. This makes that group to be called as population. Here you are looking at the herd of zebra. Seems that they all are members of the same species, number one. Two, living together in the same habitat. Three, sharing and competing for the resources, same resources. Four, because they are members of same species, they can interbreed. This makes them a population. You see, if you see the pond, so many lotus plants are there on the surface. That entire group of lotus plants of the same pond constitutes population of lotus plant. The bacteria that are growing in a culture medium, culture plate, together constitute the population of bacteria. The mango trees in a farm, or teakwood trees in a forest, or bamboo plants in a field, or even cormorant birds in a wetland, or even this zebra in this dry land over here, apparently. They are the ones which are examples of population. See, all the frogs which are living in a one pond will make a population. But if you say that frogs of a one pond and the frogs of a nearby pond, then they do not make a population. Why not? They are the members of same species. You understand? There is a one pond, A pond. There is another pond, B pond. Frogs population here also, frogs population here also. Can we say the frogs of these two together as a population? No. Why not? They are the members of a same species, number one. If you bring them together, they can reproduce also, interbreeding is possible. Then why not? The second and third parameters, the features are not met with. They are not sharing the same habitat. They are not sharing the same resources, similar resources. So we can't call them as the same population. These are two populations of a same species occupying two different habitats. I hope you all have understood what is a population. Any doubt regarding population term? I have defined it. I have given examples also. Fine. I give you one example. You give me an answer. That will let me know whether you have understood or not. If there is a pond, in that there are hundreds of insects. Together, these all insects, do they make a population? Technically speaking, is it correct to call this as a population? Astha Solanki said yes, and Helisha said no. Astha, starting with you, explain. Ideally, should it be called as a population or not? You said yes. Justify.
Because they share same habitat and all.
One feature agreed upon. Second, there are four features I mentioned.
They live together, and if they are of same breed, they will reproduce.
If they have to be,
Means they can
otherwise they
reproduce.
cannot be the member of a population. What did I mention? Insects population. Did I mention which variety? Did I say all mosquitoes or else all grasshoppers or something like that? No, I didn't say na. So when you say insects, it will have a hundreds of species, isn't it? So the different species members together, should they be considered as a one population? Tell me. No, na? All of you understand that? Excuse me. So ideally, one should not say an insect population, because when you say insects, there are hundreds of species of insects. The first criteria is not met with. The given group that you refer as a population should belong to same species. That is not meeting over there, that criteria. So it cannot be considered as a population. In a plant. in a pond, my mistake. There are various algae. Should I consider it as the algae population as a one particular group only? Is it a right way of explaining it? Should I consider them as a one population? No, na. So what if they all are living together in a one habitat, sharing the resources? If they are different species members, then I should not consider them as one population. I hope you have understood the same. Got it? Have you, excuse me, have you understood the concept of population? I think you have now. So as a biologist, whenever you use the word population, make sure that uh, the members of a population should all of them should belong to same species. Second, they all should live in a same habitat or same geographical area. Third, sharing the same similar resources over there and competing for that, and should have a capacity of interbreeding. That should be called as population. Remember this four features over there. See, the population ecology, study of ecology from the population point of view. See, you can study the ecology from an organism point of view, from population point of view, from community point of view also. This is what you are now going to study, is the population ecology. Before I go to it, will anyone define what is a community? What is a community? Definition of a community? Hello, am I audible? I am asking about what is a community. Yeah, the different populations living together in the same habitat. जैसे इंडिविजुअली पॉन्ड के बारे में बात किया था, तो फ्रॉग का एक पॉपुलेशन है. फिर इंसेक्ट्स में पर्टिकुलर इंसेक्ट्स, ड्रैगन फ्लाइज का एक पॉपुलेशन है, डेफनिया करके उसका एक पॉपुलेशन है, दीज एंड दैट. आल्गे में प्लांट्स में लोटस का पॉपुलेशन है, वेलिसनेरिया का पॉपुलेशन है, आल्गे में डिफरेंट आल्गे का पॉपुलेशन होगा, वन ईच वेराइटी ऑफ आल्गा. But when they all live together in a same habitat, together it makes a community. It makes a community, remember. So that is how one has to understand the community and populations. So you can study the ecology from the context of an organism point of view, maybe from the population point of view, or even from the community point of view. In this chapter, particular one we are going to talk about is the population ecology. Population ecology. Your entire ecological study focus will remain around this point, that is the population only. When you will study the effect of environment on the population level and how the natural selection and other factors work upon the evolution of a species or evolution of a population into a new species, all these aspects actually link. The population ecology links the two important areas such as population. It is actually linking the ecology with two important areas such as genetics and evolution. ये कहना चाहते हैं कि जब आप पॉपुलेशन का स्टडी करेंगे इकोलॉजिकल लेवल पे, and you will understand their genetic features and also you will understand their evolution, actually you will be linking the ecological science, ecological study with genetics and evolution also. ऐसा. Any population shall have certain attributes. Population attributes are there. Population attributes are nothing but the features of any population, the basic fundamental features of any population. Whenever a population is established, whether that of a microbe or bacterial group or fungal group or maybe plant or animal, whichever group is there, whenever it establishes the population in the habitat, it does show these following attributes or characteristics or features. The first in this list includes natality. The second is mortality. The next one is the sex ratio. The next one, that is called age distribution. Next to that, the population density. Next to that one is the population growth. These are the major population attributes over there, major attributes of the population. There are some other features and other attributes of population undoubtedly, but these ones are the major one which are clearly apparent over there. So we're going to talk about these ones in a given sequence, starting with the first one in this list, that would be called natality. Okay, so have you all understood what we are studying and what we are going to study? I defined population as a group of individuals of a same species, point one, living together in a given geographical area or habitat. Same geographical area or habitat, same habitat, point two. Sharing or competing for the similar resources being shared or competed for, point number three. And capable of interbreeding. Same species members should be able to interbreed if required. If these four features are fulfilled, then the given group should be known as population. Such different populations of the same geographical area or a same habitat, they belong to different species. Together they constitute community. Population examples: frogs in a one pond or lotus in a one pond, etc., can be considered as the typical example of population. When you study the ecological aspects at an organism, it is called organism ecology. When you study it at a population level, how population is interacting with other populations as well as with the uh, abiotic factors, then it is called as population ecology. And when you do the study of community at community level at which you can study the ecology, then it is called as community ecology. Population ecology in a way links the two different sciences, the genetics and evolution. Kaise? Okay, here you study the environmental influence on the population and you realize how genetic changes occur in the organism because of this environmental impacts and how it is evolving further into a new species. So in a way, your study is linked, where your ecological study is linked with genetical study, genetics, as well as that of evolution. Any population possesses following attributes, following features, characteristics as a major characteristics of it. This includes natality, mortality, sex ratio, age distribution, population density, and population growth. Let's talk about one by one each of them, starting with the first in the sequence, that is natality. The definition says that the number of births per capita in a population. देखिए, as a biologist, you have to understand this thing, that what we are referring to is within the population only. Okay, so It is about the number of births taking place in a population per head. Per capita ka meaning per head. I will explain so that you can understand. Let's say that there is a pond in which, let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. There are how many? Approximately 20, not approximately. Let's say that there are 20 lotus plants over here. In this one, 8 are added. In which way? New 8 plants are born. Their birth took place in this population. The number has gone from 20 to how much? 28. What shall be the birth rate? The birth rate would be the number of births. How many? Number of births took place? 8. Upon per capita, how much was the total population over there? 20. So 0.4 per capita, that is a per lotus plant, 0.4 offsprings are born. Now obviously 0.4 का birth तो नहीं हो सकता है, आधा lotus plant तो नहीं हो सकता है, तो birth तो total हुए हैं 8, बट उसका काउंटिंग कैसे करते हैं? बर्थ रेट कैसे मेजर करते हैं? अगर टोटल पॉपुलेशन 20 थी, उसमें से 8 बर्थ हुए, तो पर लोटस प्लांट कितना बर्थ रेट था? बर्थ रेट, नंबर ऑफ बर्थ्स नहीं, बर्थ रेट. तो बर्थ रेट वाज 0.4 ऑफस्प्रिंग्स पर लोटस पर ईयर. दैट्स व्हाट यू गॉट टू अंडरस्टैंड. ये एक टाइम पीरियड का भी एक फैक्टर आता है. सो योर डेफिनेशन सेज दैट in given population, it's about number of births in a unit period of time in a given population. Number of births per capita in a unit period of time in a given population is defined as the birth rate. Have you all understood? Answer रहेगा 0.4 offsprings per lotus per year in the given population of the lotus, the one which is under study. How many have understood the same? चलिए, इसकी जगह पे ये 60 होता और यहाँ पे 6 होता, तो क्या आंसर रहता? बोलिए. पूरा आंसर गलत है, पूरा आंसर लिखना है आपको. ये नंदिनी गलत, रुद्रा गलत, हर्षिल देसाई रॉन्ग, त्रिशा रॉन्ग, रुद्राशा रॉन्ग, पुष्टि रॉन्ग. 0.1 ऑफस्प्रिंग पर ईयर गलत है. स्वाति वाज रॉन्ग. हाँ, अब कुछ करेक्ट आ रहा है. 0.1 offspring per lotus per year in that given population of lotus. That's the way it is to be written. Per lotus 0.1 offspring का born हुआ last year में, given year period में, in that given population. That's the way one has to understand. Number of births taking place per capita in a unit period of time in a given population, that is the birth rate. I want all of you to write down this definition in your notebook. Random checking, only 5 students will show it. Birth rate definition: number of births per capita in a unit period of time in a given population. अच्छा, ये अगर लोटस था तो पर ईयर का पॉपुलेशन आपने स्टडी किया, कोई और ऑर्गेनिज्म होता जैसे फ्रूट फ्लाइज थे, तो वो तो विद इन 7 days रिप्रोडक्शन हो जाता है उनमें, 7 days में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन आ जाती है। तो उनके लिए ये यूनिट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम वुड हैव बीन अ 1 week even. I hope you understand. So number of births per capita in a population is gonna remain same. Unit period of time, what will be that? That's gonna change from the population to population depending upon that population. Exactly opposite shall be the death rate. Number of deaths per capita in a unit period of time in a given population. Example, 4 fruit flies died. एक छोटा सा फ्लाई है ड्रोसोफिला करके, उसको फ्रूट फ्लाई कहते हैं। In a population of 40 in a week period, so क्या आना चाहिए? 4/40 will make it how much? 0.1 death. 0.1 individual died per fruit fly per week in a given population of the fruit fly. That is the way one has to understand this. Have you all understood this? चलो अगर ऐसा होता, एक पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 80 था और उसमें 16 की डेथ हो गई, तो what shall be the mortality, the death rate? If natality is the birth rate, mortality is the death rate. हाँ, फिर से लिखिए. I could not see that. Yeah, 0.2 individuals per fruit fly per week is the right answer. Yes, you are clear with this, it seems now. So that's how you can understand. There is obviously, if there is a population and there is an interbreeding capacity, there will be reproduction. If there is a reproduction, there will be births. If there are births, a certain rate will be there, whether it is lesser or greater, but it is a rate. That birth rate is known as natality. It refers to the number of births per capita per unit period of time in a given population. If there are organisms living over there, they are going to die also. All are mortal. So when there will be a death in a population, the number of members will decrease. Certain number of deaths, whatever is the number of deaths, whether high number or less number, there will be a rate of these deaths. It's about number of individuals dying or experiencing death in a unit period of time per capita in a unit period of time in a given population. That will refer to death rate or mortality. Next is sex ratio. Simple logic. It is the ratio of male members to the female members in a population. Simply, it is the ratio of, two genders, two sexes in a population. One is male members, another one is female members. So male to female, that is the ratio that is called as sex ratio. Now, naturally, if there is a population, then there must be some male members and there must be some female members. So in that case, whichever number is higher, अच्छा दोनों का सेम नंबर होगा तो रेशियो 1 आएगा. You understand? हाँ या ना? अच्छा, मेल नंबर हायर है और फीमेल नंबर लोअर है, तो विल बी 1 प्लस. You agree or not? 1 point something, isn't it? Or reverse socho. Male number is lower and female number is higher, so it will be less than 1. It's a matter of a common sense. हमारे पॉपुलेशन में जैसे अगर कोई वर्कआउट करे तो पर 1000, एक एवरेज, एक रफ एवरेज आई एम गिविंग, पर 1000 मेल्स, let's say there must be 900 and something, 40 or 50, that many number of females may be there. So very close to 1, little, just little higher than 1 may be the sex ratio of, our population, human population in India I'm talking about. अच्छा, इसमें कोई एक्सेप्शन आ सकता है सेक्स रेशियो एस्पेक्ट में, कि किसी पॉपुलेशन का सेक्स रेशियो आप वर्कआउट ना कर सको, ऐसा पॉसिबल है? You won't be able to work out the sex ratio of a particular population. Is it possible, such scenario? Yeah, Tanvi Shah has given a very good answer. Tanvi, can you give one example also? Yes, Swati also has given, and Sakshi Solanki. They all have given the same answer for the bisexual or hermaphrodite animal. I give you an example. Which should be that example, by the way? Typical one you have studied in 11th standard. Exactly, earthworm. So imagine if you have a population of earthworm, you can work out natality, mortality. Can you work out a sex ratio over there? Not possible. Why? There are no male or female members. There are only bisexual members. So that is not possible. Same can be applicable to other plants also. Those which are bisexual and other animals which are bisexual. ये एक ऐसा फीचर है कि जिसको आपको ऐसे अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि wherever there is a dioecious nature, male and female sexes are separate, there such phenomenon is possible. Sex ratio. Is this understood? हाँ, आगे जाते हैं फिर. So we are discussing about the age distribution, another attribute of population, that we realized that in a given population, the members may have a different ages. They may belong to different ages over there. All may not have a same age. So generally these members can be classified, obviously from ecological point of view, study point of view. We can classify them into 3 major age groups. Let's say pre-reproductive age group, reproductive age group, and post-reproductive age group. एक ह्यूमन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट से अगर बात करते हैं, so जैसे pre-reproductive age group, the one in which members are reproductively not capable because of their age factor. They have not reproductively achieved maturity over there. Reproductive maturity is not achieved by them. They should come under the pre-reproductive age group. Example, up to the age of, let's say, 14 years. Girls में actually ये 12 years आ जाता है, boys में ये 15, 16. The average, let us say that up to the age of 16 years, let's say, as per even government restrictions, 18 plus is the age for marriage. So 18 years, let's say, hypothetically consider that. That's the group which should come under pre-reproductive age group. Let's say then after the members are considered to be the members of a reproductive age group, capable of carrying out this reproduction actively. They are called as reproductive age group. Let's say in human it goes to the age of 45. एक female के context में बात करते हैं तो up to 12 years should be the pre-reproductive age group, 13 से लेके 45 plus or minus few years until she, देखो प्यूबर्टी से स्टार्ट होके मेनोपॉज तक जो चलता है वो रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप. अब किसी में ये 13 इयर्स से लेके 45 इयर्स तक चलता है, किसी में ये 12 इयर्स से लेके 45 तक चलेगा, किसी में 13 से लेके 48 तक जाएगा, 12 से लेके, तो एक रेंज कंसिडर करना है हमें. प्रिसाइज वन पर्टिकुलर ईयर कैन नॉट बी गिवन एज अ लिमिट ओवर दैट. और उसके बाद क्या आता है? पोस्ट रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप. Rest members with the higher age group should come into post reproductive age group. Have you all understood the same? ये चीज समझ में आया आपको? Yeah. Now, will it be the same age category if the considered population is not a human, but let's say it is lion population का study चल रहा है, so should we apply the same age as group, same age limits for these age groups? No, isn't it? There the overall life is up to how much? 30 years, let's say 30-40 years maximum. वहां पे reproductive maturity within 7-8 years हो सकता है. तो bottom line is that it is gonna vary. The age limits are gonna vary from species to species, but the 3 age groups consideration shall be common for all. Whenever you are plotting this age distribution for the given population, whenever you are plotting this age distribution, the resulting structure is called as age pyramid. These what we are seeing are age pyramids. Nothing but just age distribution is plotted. The plot showing the age distribution for the given population leads to the formation of age pyramid. Age pyramid ऐसे form होते हैं. Resulting structure is the age pyramid. What do you call as the age pyramid? So then for a given population, plotting of its age distribution will be known as age pyramids. Let's look at some of these age pyramids. See the age pyramids. Let's say that the yellow color represents pre-reproductive age group members. Let's say the blue color represents reproductive age group members, and pink color represents post-reproductive age group members. So ये एक age pyramid constitute हुआ है. Okay, like this. Now my question is that, do you understand why this line is here in the center? बोलिए, इसका मीनिंग पता चला आपको? ये एज पिरामिड कैसे प्लॉट हुआ है और ये वर्टिकल लाइन किसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है? Exactly, one side indicating the male age groups, another side is for the female sex. इस population में all the members which are below the age of, let's say 12, that is considered as the pre-reproductive age group, are indicated. Out of that, on this side of the line, these are male members. This side of the line indicates female members. Similarly, blue color, entire blue color represents the members of this population which are reproductively capable, age reproductive age group में है. but this portion of it represents male members in a reproductive age group. This portion represents female members in a reproductive age group. And so even for which one, this part represents what? Chaliye, this pink portion on this side of the line represents what? Male members of post-reproductive age group. Exactly. Whereas the other side shall represent what? Female members of that post-reproductive age group. अच्छा, मैं इसको फिर से एक्सप्लेन करता हूं आपको कैसे ये होता है. जैसे ये आपका ग्राफ है, y एक्सिस पे पॉपुलेशन लिखते हो आप, पॉपुलेशन साइज लिखते हो, एंड x एक्सिस पे आप एज इन इयर्स लिखते हो. जैसे आप पहले आप वर्कआउट किया है किसका? प्री रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप का. ओके, फिर आपके पास आते हैं पोस्ट रिप्रोडक्टिव, अरे रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप के मेंबर्स का आया. अभी सिर्फ मेल के बारे में स्टडी हो रहा है. ओके, फर्स्ट फोकस मेल मेंबर्स ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन, their population size against the age in the given population. फिर क्या आएगा? तो फिर आएगा आपका पोस्ट रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप का मेंबर्स. अब ये क्या आ गया आपका? मेल का स्टडी. एग्जैक्टली आप ऐसा स्टडी किस में करोगे? फीमेल में. एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग? गिवन पॉपुलेशन की फीमेल का भी ऐसा स्टडी करेंगे आप? उसका भी कुछ ऐसा ग्राफ आएगा? And then you transfer this information here and this one here, और वर्टिकली अरेंज कर दो. ये बार ग्राफ से बाय द वे ऑन अ गिवन एक्सिस, बट दोनों साइड के बार ग्राफ्स अगर पैरेलली अरेंज कर दो तो दिस इज हाउ इट विल फाइनली अपीयर टू बी. I have explained now. If you have any doubts, let me know. बोलिए, कोई डाउट है आपको? No, na? Now, first I explained about what are age pyramids. Also, I explained about the age groups first. Then I mentioned about age pyramids. Then I mentioned about how these bar graphs are employed in making these age pyramids. Now, further we can go for this thing, understanding this another aspect about it. Most of the populations fall into either of these categories. The three different types of age pyramids their populations exhibit. Either they are expanding pyramids or are stable pyramids or are declining age pyramids. क्या होता है इसका मीनिंग अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. Let's say that if a age pyramid assumes more or less triangular shape, it is possible only when pre-reproductive age group number is highest, moderate number is of reproductive age group, and least number of members belong to the post-reproductive age group. Then only the pyramid will show triangular shape. You agree or not? Check करके बोलो. then this triangular shape age pyramid indicates that population is expanding population. क्यों? देखो, प्री रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप हायर है, so more and more members will join the reproductive age group. बर्थ रेट भी हाई रहेगा. पोस्ट रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप के मेंबर्स कम है, डेथ रेट कम रहेगा. ओवरऑल फॉर दिस पॉपुलेशन birth rate is higher, death rate is lower. This is gonna have a expanding future. The population is going to expand from here onward. जैसे इंडिया का ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन इस टाइप का ग्राफ है, अमेरिका इंडिया ऐसे कंट्रीज में इस टाइप का ग्राफ है. चलो, फर्स्ट वन आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? बोलिए. फाइन. दूसरा ग्राफ. The second is bell-shaped curve. If your age pyramid, if it appears to be bell-shaped, this is an indication that the population is stable. Now, when you have a bell-shaped, this age pyramid, अब देखो, pre-reproductive and reproductive age groups are more or less same size. इवन रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप का साइज अगर देखो कंपेयर करोगे तो मोर और लेस द थ्री एज ग्रुप्स मेंबर्स population size are more or less same. So in this case, जैसे यहाँ पे birth rate was higher than the death rate, here birth rate will be almost equal to what? Death rate. जितना population rise हो रहा है उतने ही rate पे population में decline भी आ रहा है. So this is a stable population. जो है वो as it is रहेगा, कुछ ज्यादा increase नहीं होगा, कुछ ज्यादा decrease नहीं होगा. This is the bell-shaped age pyramid. When graded arrangement of the age groups means, size of the different age groups is more or less same, then birth rate and death rates are gonna be almost same, then population will get stabilized over there. I hope you have understood the same. हाँ जी, बोलिए, क्लियर है कि नहीं है? I go to the next one. The third possibility that the population can have is to have inverted urn-shaped age pyramid like this. घड़ा, pot, उसका inverted form हो ना, ऐसा लगता है, then it is called as inverted urn-shaped. Yeah, like this. Now, when it is likely to happen? The pre-reproductive age group members are least in number. Higher to them are the members of a reproductive age group, and highest is the size of, maximum is the size of which one? Post-reproductive age group. So naturally, birth rate will be lower, death rate will be higher, number of births taking place will be lesser than the number of deaths taking place. This population is a declining population. This is the declining population. Many of the European countries' populations are declining population. Japan's population is a declining population. So there such graph would make it urn-shaped. Given population में highest percentage of old age people, post reproductive age group people, that's a feature of Japan population. सबसे ज्यादा उस population में ये issue है. Aged लोग ज्यादा है. हमारा exactly reverse है. हमारे में young population ज्यादा है. So basically there are three possibilities. One has to understand the three possibilities regarding the age pyramid. Either it can turn out to be the triangular one with the expanding population, where birth rate is greater than the death rate. Second is it can turn out to be the bell-shaped pyramid, age pyramid, with a stable population where birth rate and death rate are more or less same. And then the third possibility where age pyramid is inverted urn-shaped with a declining population where birth rate is lower than the death rate. That is all about it. If you have any question, you ask. Have you all understood the same? Fine. Now we shall have a break and then we will resume the remaining features, attributes of population. Break time. So let's talk about another attribute of a population, and that is termed as population density. Now here, population density reflects population size in a habitat. Ideally speaking, population size in the habitat in a unit area of the habitat. That's the ideal way of explaining it. मैं अगर एक ऐसा बोल दूं कि एक फॉरेस्ट में 100 मैंगो ट्रीज है, ओके, और दूसरे फॉरेस्ट में 200 मैंगो ट्रीज है, कौन से वाले में डेंसिटी ज्यादा है? Can you confirm from that much information only? Is it possible? Density जब आप बात करते हैं तो it's not about the size, it's about the size in a unit area of the habitat. Am I right or wrong? Have you understood what I'm trying to say? Are you getting the sense? For example, if there is a small forest and in that there are 100 trees and there was a big forest in which there were 200 mango trees, आपको सिर्फ मैं अगर नंबर देता कि A forest has 100 trees and B forest has 200 trees, which one has a higher population density? Could you have given the answer with that much information only? Yes or no? No ना? अब आप ये यूनिट एरिया को देख के पता चल जाएगा कि किसमें ज्यादा डेंसिटी है, किसमें ज्यादा डेंसिटी है. मैंगो के 100 ट्रीज है ए में और बी में 200 ट्रीज है, नंबर ज्यादा बी में है, but we are not talking about population size, we are talking about which one? Population density. So इतने एरिया में इतने ट्री होना, that is the density aspect. So population size in a unit area of the habitat is actually referring to the population density in a real sense, represented as capital N. इसका representation कैसे होता है? As a capital N. So density of the population is measured as capital N. अच्छा, it will be measured in terms of either numbers or else biomass. See, ideally speaking, it should be the number aspect, isn't it? this many members in a unit area of the habitat. But it is not even possible in some cases to consider number as a factor in measuring this population density. I give you an example. जैसे बैक्टीरिया का पॉपुलेशन का स्टडी कर रहे हो आप, you think a number is an ideal parameter for the bacterial population? Are you going to count the number of cells of a bacterium over there? Virtually rule out. Virtually it has to be ruled out. So yes, ideally speaking, population density should be measured in numbers of members in a unit area. But sometimes we have to go for the other options such as biomass, because number may be tremendously high, which may not be a countable parameter. So then you got to go for another possible option such as even biomass. One more example where number can be also applied and biomass also be applicable, but we prefer to go for a biomass where both the choices are available. बैक्टीरिया में तो क्या था, चॉइस ही नहीं थी. पैरामीशियम में या algae cells अगर काउंट करना है किसी को, डाइटम्स काउंट करना है, cannot be possible to use the number as a parameter for the density. However, in some cases where even both are possible, number and biomass measurement, we go for biomass parameter. Why so? Have a look at it. एक फॉरेस्ट है, उसमें एक बैनियन ट्री है. ओके, एक बैनियन ट्री और उसके सामने बहुत सारा कैरेट ग्रास का ग्रोथ हुआ है, पार्थेनियम. अब ये दो पॉपुलेशन का अगर स्टडी साथ में कर रहे हैं हम किसी हैबिटेट में, तो पॉपुलेशन में अगर ऐसा दिखाते हैं कि 1 banyan tree per hectare या पर एकड़, और उसके सामने लिखेंगे 5000 पार्थेनियम पर एकड़, क्या इंप्रेशन मिलता है? 1 मेंबर पर एकड़ और उसके सामने पार्थेनियम के 5000 मेंबर्स पर एकड़ in the given land. Such a wrong impression it gives in a comparative manner when you compare their population density. किसी को क्या wrong impression मिलता है? So although you can count and consider their population density, but here you go for a different parameter in population density measurement. Instead of a number, desirable is to go for biomass comparison. 1000 kg may be the biomass in a per acre, or iska maybe let's say 2000 kg biomass in an acre. That would be a right way of comparison. How many could understand the biomass as a parameter, in a population density measurement? It can also be a factor involved over here. Nobody could understand. Was it so difficult? देखिए, आप अगर पंपकिन के नंबर या किसी जगह पे वाटरमेलन के नंबर को कंपेयर करो तो ठीक है, कंपैरेटिव पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी में कंसीडर किया जाएगा. अगर आपको पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी ऑफ जैसे वाटरमेलन का अगेंस्ट ग्रेप्स करना हो, तो ग्रेप्स का नंबर बहुत ज्यादा होता है इंडिविजुअल फ्रूट का. That cannot be compared with the number of this watermelon over there. But वहां पे क्या होना चाहिए? Biomass should be the factor, comparative factor. Similarly, what I'm saying is, if you are working out the population density of the two different organisms in a given habitat over there, जैसे banyan tree against Parthenium grass, the carrot grass over there. So definitely you can count and work out के by 2 to 3 banyan tree per acre or या 5-10 such trees per acre और उसके सामने 10,000 Parthenium grass members in a per acre area. But that's not a right way of comparison. It's like comparing the watermelon with the individual grape number wise. So there you have to go for another more appropriate measure for density, population density, and that is biomass. Compare the biomass. 5 kg watermelon against 5 kg grapes. That's the best way of comparing them rather than the number. Similarly, 1 ton of biomass on the part of a tree, the banyan tree, तो उसके सामने 2 tons of biomass of the Parthenium, that in a per acre area for both of them. That is the way of comparison for their population density. Have you all understood now? अच्छा, एक और भी एंगल उन्होंने मेंशन किया है that even when you are considering the number aspect, let's say that you're not going for biomass, you're going for number aspect. So actual total number of members in a unit area, that would be called as absolute density, and a lump sum number closest to the correct one but not the actual number. So an approximate number in a unit area, it refers to the relative density. अब ये क्या नाटक है? सो क्या है कि अगर जैसे जैसे आप एक अगर पॉन्ड में मेजर करना है कि वे एक गिवन पॉन्ड में फिश की डेंसिटी क्या है, तो आप किसी जगह पे से कैच करते हो, एक एक एरिया में कैच करते हो फिश का और उसमें काउंट करते हो, and that you assume as the possible closest number that will represent the fish population density in the given pond over there. It's a relative density. आप किसी एरिया में जाके जितने भी ट्रीज है उसका काउंटिंग करते हो और बोलते हो कि लेट्स से देयर आर 100 ट्रीज पर एकड़. आपने एक्चुअली मेजर किया कि इसका साइज है 10 एकड़ और उसमें 1000 ट्रीज है. पूरे फॉरेस्ट का एरिया है 10 एकड़ और उसमें 1000 ट्रीज है, तो आपका एक्चुअल पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी हुआ पर एकड़ 100 ट्रीज आर प्रेजेंट. अच्छा, ट्रीज को आप 1 बाय 1 काउंट कर सकते हो, ये 1 है, 2 है, 3 है, ऐसे काउंटिंग हो सकता है. तो फॉर ट्री फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आर वर्किंग आउट, you can have an absolute density. Absolute means precise number you have. Total number upon the entire size of the habitat, that means the absolute density in a unit area of the habitat, you get that number. But आप किसी pond में अगर जाते हो और वहां पे फिश का पॉपुलेशन काउंट करना है, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. यू सी, फिशेस घूमते रहते हैं. आप पूरे पॉन्ड के ऑल फिशेस को काउंट करना पॉसिबल नहीं है एट अ गिवन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. तो फिर आप क्या करते हो? तो आप किसी एरिया में जाके एक लमसम एक एरिया को कंसीडर करते हो कि इस एरिया में से मैंने 100 फिशेस कैच किए, तो दैट माइट बी द पॉसिबल नंबर पर यूनिट एरिया ऑफ दिस एंटायर पॉन्ड. अब वो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो परफेक्ट हो. हाँ, इट माइट बी वेरी क्लोज टू इट. एक्चुअल नंबर अगर 90 है या 110 है, तो दिस माइट बी क्लोज टू इट, बट इट मे नॉट बी द प्रिसाइज एक्चुअल नंबर. That is called as relative density. Have you all understood relative density? The possible number but not the actual number of the members per unit area. Closest to the possible and approximate closest possible number, not the real number. अच्छा, ये जो आपने सेंसस सुना है, lion census and tiger census carried out in country? कुछ आपको उसके बारे में आइडिया है बाय द वे? कभी कभी तो क्या होता है कि जैसे आप किसी पॉपुलेशन को काउंट करते हो तो यू डोंट इवन काउंट द एक्चुअल ऑर्गेनिज्म नंबर. टाइगर का या लायन का सेंसस होता है तो हम एक्चुअल टाइगर या लायन को भी काउंट नहीं करते हैं. हम क्या काउंट करते हैं नेशनल पार्क्स और टाइगर रिजर्व्स में? वी डू इट बेस्ड ऑन देयर पग मार्क्स, फुटप्रिंट्स. सुना है आपने? So at times in measuring the population size and density, you don't even go for real organisms numbering. You just go for some relative aspect such as footprints of such big cats like lion, tiger, etc. Because in a tiger reserve, if let's say there are 50 tigers, each one has its unique pug marks or footprints which you utilize in counting. क्योंकि एक का एक लायन इधर आया उधर आया तो काउंटिंग में आप उसी को अगेन एंड अगेन काउंट करते रहेंगे, आपको पता थोड़ी चलेगा कि वो सेम लायन है. अनलेस यू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ अ टैग लगाओ तो ठीक है कि 110th वाला टाइगर, ये 102 वाला टाइगर, टैग मार्क से पता चले, which is a very difficult job. So how do they count the tigers in a given reserve, tiger reserve or a forest or given national park? They just study the footprints, pug marks, particularly near the water body, because every tiger is gonna come near to water body for taking the water, for drinking the water. So उनके pug marks. अब pug marks क्या होता है? Size and detail features अगर study किए जाए pug marks के, footprints के, तो they reveal the fact that each tiger has a unique footprints over there. तो जैसे हमारे फिंगरप्रिंट्स होता है यूनिक, वैसे उनके फुटप्रिंट्स यूनिक है, उसकी साइज, शेप और अदर फीचर्स से लेके. सो दे स्टडी देम एंड वर्क आउट हाउ मेनी टाइगर्स आर देयर इन दिस गिवन फॉरेस्ट. ऑब्वियसली वो रफ नंबर होगा, एब्सोल्यूट तो नहीं होगा, रिलेटिव क्लोज टू द एब्सोल्यूट डेंसिटी से क्लोज होगा, करेक्ट प्रिसाइज तो नहीं हो सकता है. समझ रहे हो आप? Are you getting the sense of what I am explaining to you? और एक और पॉसिबल है कि जिसको कहते हैं फीकल पैलेट्स. अब ये क्या है? तो ये जो after this digestion, the leftover material is egested out, that's called feces or fecal waste. तो हर एक टाइगर का जो फीकल पैलेट्स होता है उसको उसको ड्राई करके कलेक्ट कर लेते हैं और उसका स्टडी करके पता चल जाता है उनको कि डिफरेंट टाइगर्स के है या सेम टाइगर्स के. So let's say that they have collected somewhat 100 different fecal palate samples. So studies reveal कि भाई इसमें से actually 70 different types of fecal palates से 30 are repeated ones only from the same source. They must be having some measures, some ways of understanding this thing, whether the fecal palate is of a same or other tiger. तो उसके बेस पे वो वर्कआउट कर लेते हैं. एक तो पॉसिबल लॉजिक है कि जब भी हम फीकल वेस्ट को डिस्कार्ड करते हैं तो उसके साथ हमारे बॉडी सेल्स डिस्कार्ड होते हैं, पर्टिकुलरली गट लाइनिंग के, उसमें हमारा डीएनए होता है. तो इट कैन ऑल्सो बी द सोर्स ऑफ अवर डीएनए फिंगरप्रिंटिंग. सो वैसे एनिमल के डीएनए का भी उसमें सोर्स मिल सकता है, फीकल पैलेट्स में से पॉसिबल है, उसके गट लाइनिंग के सेल्स मिलेंगे उसमें से. मे बी सम chemicals they may be studying and working out all this matter. But by fecal palates or the footprints, rather pug marks, they count the number of members over there of a given cat family like a lion and tiger. This is the census of big cats. I hope you may have heard about it. सुना है इसके बारे में? Do you know how much is the size of lion population in India? Gir forest and some other areas. एक या दो और फॉरेस्ट में कुछ मेंबर्स को शिफ्ट किया है. So total population of lions in India, do you know how much is that? किसी को रफ आइडिया है? As per the last census carried out. किसी ने 674. I don't know who was that. I need to find out. देवांशी ने लिखा है जो क्लोजेस्ट से करेक्ट है. I think yes, 600 plus something is there. So I think her number, what she has suggested, it seems to be the correct. 650 के आसपास हो सकता है. Yes, correct. Do you know what is the number for tiger? 674. दो तीन students लिख रहे. That means it must be the confirm. Can you find out in which year this 674 finally last lion census carried out, in which year and with what final number? Somebody can work upon that on internet and find out and let us know. Devanshi says 2020. Asta Solanki says 2020. So Shruti Gandhi also. So majority of you have found this information. 2020 land census revealed 670 plus lands in India. Correct. Can you find out for tiger census, last tiger census year and total population of tiger across? Tentatively किसी को पता है तो ठीक है. मेरा आइडिया है I guess 6,000 5,000 के बीच में है. 5,500 plus or minus है कुछ. Tigers across India, all reserves and all national parks of India. If somebody can come with the correct answer. Asta, 97 is a very horribly wrong answer. Horribly wrong. अच्छा गुजरात में specify कर. Sorry, my mistake. So that number is not plus 5,000. It is nearly. It comes down to 3,000. Closest to that, it looks like so. 2967 is the number. It is given by several students. That means internet is giving this number, correct? And in year 2021. Good. And can you find out one more thing? Which method was employed for census, the counting? Footprints or fecal pallets, or it was cameras, etc. to identify each one with the help of the strips of the tigers के जो strips होते हैं ना body के facial strips, उसकी pattern पे भी pug marks were they used over there, it seems. That's good. Fine. Well, that was about the fifth, the population density. Our next topic would have been population growth, but you know, hardly 10 minutes are left. So population growth and its graphs, the growth models, that's a big topic. It will require 1 hour. Today it is not possible. So I give it to ma'am. Kushali ma'am, are you there? Madam, you can stop the recording. Our lecture is over today now.